Ladies and gentlemen, and Pokemon fans of the world, you already know who this is. It's Crasher Chase, and I'm back at you with yet another Pokemon X and Y analysis video featuring what is, in my opinion, the 6th generation version of Blissey, and it is the flower Pokemon known as Florges. And as you're seeing here, it has 5 different colors, but also they're aesthetic and they do not affect things like its abilities or stat layouts. Personally, my favorite is the white because it looks so cool. But I like all forms. So with that, I'm going to be going over its typing, ability, and stats. So with Florges, it sports the new typing, that being Fairy, which is very good. And in case you guys haven't uh, known this already, Fairy is basically the bane of all Dragon types, for it takes absolutely no damage from Dragon type moves, which is really good because, in my opinion, I thought that Dragon types were very, very overplayed. Now, as for its ability, it has 2 of them, one of which is Flower Veil, and it is meant to work more in doubles or triples. What this does is it prevents the lowering of any stats that your partners have that are grass type Pokemon. So, if someone was to use something like Scary Face or Screech or something like that, uh, your grass type partners will not have their stats lowered, which is pretty cool. However, if you self induce stat lowerings, that will still happen. It's only a useful ability in defense from your opposing Pokemon and not from yourself. The hidden ability is known as Symbiosis. I think that's how it's pronounced, or Symbiosis. I really don't know how it's pronounced. Um, and what this is uh, an ability that is exclusive to this generation, as well as its Flower Veil ability. And what this does is it basically passes your held item onto an ally Pokemon, which can be pretty effective. Because say if you have something like either a pinch berry or something that can be only used once, what you can do is have the same item as, say, your partner, and say if they consume their pinch berry or consume their one-time use item, you can pass them another one-time use item or something like that and give them an even further boost, which is actually pretty sweet. As for its stats, take a look at them. I mean, its special attack and special defense especially is incredible. Base 154 special defense. Are you kidding me? Like, it's we haven't seen numbers like that since Ho-Oh. I mean, Ho-Oh is the legendary that has base 154 special defense and Lugia as well. Like, holy crap. And base 78 HP isn't that bad either. So you want to max out the HP and special defense? You got this Pokemon taking special hits all day, every day, like a boss. And its base special attack isn't even that bad either, especially being at base 112. Like, that is absolutely incredible. Its speed is a bit to be desired at base 75, but again, it's not that bad for it being a defensive Pokemon. However, its attack is crap. Base 65 is not going to do much, and its physical defense isn't exactly going to do much favors either, being at only base 68. But fear not, because this Pokemon has the move pool to last and last and last throughout the whole battle if you play it correctly. So with this set here, it's going to be a fully defensive and fully supportive cleric Pokemon. The nature we're going to be giving it is Calm to increase its special defense and lower its attack. The ability that we're going to give it, you can either give it the Flower Veil or Symbiosis abilities. Uh, Either ability is kind of irrelevant in singles, so it doesn't really matter. The item for choice is Leftovers. to gain HP at the end of each turn and increase survivability chances. The EV spread, 252 are going to go into HP, 252 into special defense, and 4 into speed. As for the moveset, we have the Wish and Protect combo, which is incredible because not only does it allow you to restore your HP, but it also allows you to Wish Pass. And with base 78 HP, it's pretty respectable, especially if you max it out. The next move for choice is known as Aromatherapy, and that basically cures any status conditions that your teammates suffer. So you could remove a sleep status or paralyzed status or burn status or anything, and it's basically back to square one for your opponents if they try to stall you out. And the last move that we have to prevent you from being total taunt slash setup bait is Moonblast, which is a very, very powerful fairy type move, and even uninvested, its base special attack is still tremendous. So it's going to be hitting hard regardless. Now, moves to consider. I have Toxic, and you can use that over Aromatherapy to make you more of a really defensive Toxic staller. But if you want to focus more on being like a cleric, then stick with Aromatherapy. Now, a new thing I decided to add into this video here is known as the alternate spread. Rather than making two slides with basically the same moveset and same intentions, I'm basically including two set ideas in one. The nature we're going to give it is Bold, which increases its physical defense and lowers its attack. The ability for choice, again, you can go with either. Uh, Again, it's kind of irrelevant in singles battles, but if you're more of a doubles or triples kind of person, then that's when you can more or less choose which ability you want, depending on the kind of Pokemon you have in your party. The item for choice is Leftovers, and the EV spread. 252 are going to go into HP, 252 into its physical defense, and 4 into speed, and the moveset's basically going to stay the same. So I hope that you guys followed that. I mean, it was kind of a lot to say in such little time. Um, and I also hope that this makes things easier and doesn't consume as much time for you viewers. So with this set out of the way, I have another set idea for you. So with this move set here, we're going to be turning Florges into a really offensive powerhouse, and with its base 112 special attack, it's really something to not shrug your shoulders at, because before you even know what the hell's going on, you're out cold. Now the nature we're going to be giving it is Timid to increase its speed, making you as fast as possibly can. The ability, once again, you can go with either Symbiosis or Flower Veil, but like I said before, in singles battle, both those abilities are kind of irrelevant in my opinion. Now, the item for choice, you can either go with Leftovers or Life Orb. Leftovers to increase survivability, and Life Orb to increase damage output while sacrificing HP. And the EV spread, we have 4 going into HP, 252 into special attack, and 252 into speed. Now, the move for choice, we have Calm Mind as a decent setup move, being that it boosts your special attack and special defense by 1 stage. The second move is Moonblast, for is a very powerful stab fairy type move. And also keep in mind that it has a 30% chance to lower your opponent's special attack, which is a very nice bonus because that will make you even more harder to take down on the special side, which I should have mentioned in the previous slide. The next move for choice is known as Hidden Power Ground, and I found that with Moonblast and Hidden Power Ground, Fairy and Ground type moves provide possibly one of the best coverages there is. For Hidden Power Ground is your best defense against Steel types, not naming Skarmory or Levitate Bronzong, because they would otherwise wall this set to pieces. The next move for choice is known as Energy Ball, for it is yet another way to deal with bulky ground, rock, or water type Pokemon. Now, some moves to consider. We have Wish, and if you want to opt out, say, Energy Ball for the Calm Mind and Wish combination, you can do that. We have Psychic if you want to hit the likes of Toxicroak or anything that is weak to Psychic type moves, then Psychic is the way to go. But Moonblast and Energy Ball provide that decent coverage anyways, but I just thought I'd throw it in there. And lastly, we have Protect. And why I have Protect in there is, say if you say if you decide to opt out Calm Mind and Energy Ball for Wish and Protect, you essentially could attack, wish, protect, which, in my opinion, can work out pretty decently. Now, again, I have yet another alternate spread for you. The nature we're going to be giving it is Bold to increase its physical defense and lower its attack. And before I get into the rest of this part, the reason why we have this spread is to make it a bulky special attacker. So while you're setting up to be very powerful, you're also being defensive and taking hits like a boss. And the ability for choice, again, either, I'm not even going to go over the reasons why, I've already said it. The item for choice, once again, can either be leftovers or life orb. And the EV spread, 252 are going to go into HP, 252 into defense, and 4 into speed. And the move set and moves to consider pretty much stay the same. So that's all I have for this set and this video. However, I should include one more slide for some moves to make note of, so please stay tuned. So with moves to make note of, I have 3 here. The first one being Grassy Terrain, and it's basically a grass type version of Leftovers. And allow me to read the description. The user turns the ground under everyone's feet to grass for 5 turns. This restores the HP of Pokemon on the ground a little every turn. So I'm not sure how much it restores HP, whether it's 1/16 or 1/8, but I think that this is actually pretty cool. The next move to consider, or to make note of, sorry, is Misty Terrain, and what this does is it covers the ground under everyone's feet with mist for 5 turns. This protects Pokemon on the ground from status conditions, so it's basically a fairy type version of Safeguard, except rather than protecting your own team, you're protecting your opponent's team from status conditions. And the last move to make note of, which I find will do very good in doubles or triples battles, if you have grass type Pokemon being your partners with Florges, is Flower Shield. And it basically, the user raises the defense stat of all grass type Pokemon in battle with a mysterious power. So you could have a Pokemon like Gogoat who has a pretty bad defense stat and just buff it up right off the bat. And that right there is just, it's incredible. So I basically just want to throw this in the video for all those who are curious and want to even go as far as experimenting with these moves. I would recommend it because with a versatile move pool like Florges has, you never know what your opponents are going to do or think. So that's all I have for this video. Crasher Chase is signing off, and I will see you next upload very bright and early tomorrow morning.